Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, brother Arie. Hey, shalom, shalom. Just checking out the sound. Salakia, Israel. Brother Arie. All right, shalom, shalom. I hope everybody's doing well. Just back on here with another video. And the title of tonight's video, the title of tonight's video is "The Day of Jezreel Explained," the full circle. All right, I just thought I'd get back on here real quick, just bring out some scriptures, and just get into this a little bit. All right, I hope everybody's having a great night. I know it's pretty late; most people are already asleep. But I just thought I'd get on real quick and just bring up some scriptures and just talk about some things here. All right, all right. Let's get into it real quick. All right. It says this is the day of Jezreel, right? Explained. That's the title, right? Let's read. It says Jezreel was a city in the plain or valley, right, of Israel. Right, it says the area surrounding the city was also called the Valley of Jezreel. The word Jezreel comes from two Hebrew root words meaning to sow and almighty. All right, to sow and almighty. And when you put them together, right, the two words means God will sow. All right, what happened? You sow what you reap what you sow, right? So the Most High, you got to keep in mind, everything that is going on is going to come around in a full circle. All right. Everything that the Most High did from the original plan is all going to come in full circle at Yasha'Allah. All right. But we're going to get into this a little bit. We get some scriptures. All right. Then you got, some people that feel like the Northern Kingdom or the so-called Native Americans, Hispanics are not our people, that we're not the same people. But yes, we are. We're going to go through the scriptures and we're going to see it for ourselves, and also going to see that the Most High is going to bring us together one day. All right. We're going to come back together as in the time of King David, right? When he ruled over both nations. We were one nation. We didn't break up till after King Solomon, right? Under Jeroboam. But we're going to get into this real quick. All right. We're going to get the first scripture. All right, like I said, I really hope everybody is really having a good day. I just thought I'd come on here real quick, edify the body. All right, just thought I'd come here real quick and just edify my people, man. All right, because that's vital. We got to do this as often as we can, Israel. All right, we got to do this as often as we can. But Salakia, Israel, just give me a minute. Let me just finish up on what I'm doing here, and I'll get right back on, Yasha'Allah, okay? Hang on tight. All right, shalom, Yasha'Allah. Sorry about that, Israel. Yeah, I'm back. Had to take care of something real quick, but I'm back over here. Okay. So again, like I said, the title is the day of Jezreel, right? Like I just read what the meaning is. Okay. Basically, it's a full circle, right? The Most High is going to bring our salvation is going to come through Yahushua from the Most High, man, right? And get us out of this captivity and out of this wickedness that's going on amongst our people, right? But let's get into the scriptures, okay? This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 11. It reads, "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land," right? "For great day," it says, "for great shall be the day of Jezreel," right? The day of Jezreel is the day that the Most High is gonna basically reap what he has sown, right? Everything will come into full circle, man, right? The northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, all together in full circle. All right, it's not gonna be just one nation. It's not gonna be just Salakia. I'm trying to adjust this sound a little bit, but yeah, it's not just gonna be just the southern kingdom or just the northern kingdom. Okay, it's gonna be the nation of Israel together, right? But let's get into some other scriptures. Now, what is this root that is gonna come out of, right? All right, we know it's Yahushua, but we're going to get into that a little bit. Let's get into the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and 12. It says, "And he shall set up an sign," right, for the nations, "and shall assemble the outcast of Israel," right, "and gather together," it says, "the dispersed of Judah," which we know through the transatlantic slave trade and the sub-Saharan slave trade also, right? It says, the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth, right? It says the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, because there's a lot of envy between both nations. Even to today, you can see that, right? It says, "and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off." It says, "Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim." Now, the reason why I'm bringing these out is because I had a post that I had on my timeline. And I got a couple of emails about that. You know, brothers, I guess they had a little issue with that. I didn't see why they didn't put it on my timeline, but they sent me that message, right? So I thought, you know what? Let me just bring out some scriptures talking about this a little bit, right? All over the scriptures, you can see that, what the prophecy is going to be about, right? Let's go to Hosea 3 and 5, right? Actually, you know what? Let's just go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 23, 5 and 8. It says, "Behold, the days are come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch." What's that righteous branch? Let's go to it. All right. Salakia, Israel. Salakia. I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff at the same time. All right. But let's go to the righteous branch. What is this righteous branch that he's talking about? We in the truth, we already know it's Yahushua. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. "And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse," right? "And a branch shall grow out of his root," right? "And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding," right? "The Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord," right? It says the root shall come out the branch of what? Jesse, right? The line of David, right? We keep going. It says, "and shall make him of quick understanding," right? This is why Yahushua grew very quick in the faith, in the spirit, right? When he was 12, 13 years old, he was confounding these Pharisees, man. He was very knowledgeable in the scriptures, right? It says, let's read that again. Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 3. "And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears." Right? Now, when we get into it, there's all the parts of the scriptures that you know we can get into that shows you that this is talking about Yahushua. Right? But we're going to keep going just for the sake of time. All right? Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 2. I just wanted to address that righteous branch, and we can find that in the book of John also. Right? Let me see. Because Israel, man, you got to prove everything to Israel. All right, let me just get one more for now. John 15 and 5. "I am the vine, ye are the branches," right? All right, so we stem out of Christ being the main source branch. We come out of him, right? As long as we're living righteously. He that abideth in me, which is what he's saying here, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. It says, for without me, ye cannot do nothing, man. Right? So yes, Yahushua is the righteous branch that the Most High brought out to be our Savior, man. Right? To bring us out of all the wickedness that we're living in. Right? But let me see if I can get another one. All right? I know people are already asleep. You might end up seeing this tomorrow anyways. All right? Give me 1 second, Israel. Give me 1 second. All right. So let's go to the book of Luke chapter 1 and 69. It says, and had raised up a horn of salvation, right? That's that righteous branch for us in the house of his servant David, right? So it's not King David. It's out of the house of David. All right. That's the righteous branch it's talking about. Because you get OT brothers and sisters and some other brothers and sisters that just err in the scriptures that say, no, that's talking about King David. But here in Luke 1 and 69, it says out of the house of King David, out of his seed would that branch come from, which is what we were just reading in Jeremiah. I just wanted to elaborate on that point. Again, there's a few more other scriptures we can get into, but we're going to go ahead and just keep going. All right. So we're going to go Jeremiah 23 and 5 and 8. All right. Behold, the day comes, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, which is what we just brought out in Luke. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment, right? Because we know we're going to rule under Yahushua, man. And justice in the earth, together as a nation, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. We have to keep teaching that. That's extremely important. And Israel shall dwell safely, right? And this is his name, whereby shall be called the Lord our righteousness. When you read in the book of Revelation, it gets into this. All right, his name. It says, therefore, behold, the day comes, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children out of Israel, out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country. What's that talking about? It's talking about here, man. It says, and from all countries whither I have driven them, right, through the curses, and they shall dwell in their own land. We shall dwell together in our own land. Let's keep going. Jeremiah 50 and verse 4. In those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, not separated, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their power. Isn't that what we're doing today? They shall ask the way to Zion. That's exactly what we're doing. We're asking the way to Zion. All right, we're coming back to our forefathers' ways of doing things, our righteous forefathers, right? Saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. We're coming back to that covenant. All right, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 36. It's all over the scriptures, man, the prophecies. Ezekiel 37 and 16. Moreover, thou, son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah. And it says, for the children of Israel, his companion. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companion, and join one to another into one stick. Right? That's the prophecy that's getting into putting us together as a nation, one nation. Right? Because after King Solomon died, after his son took over, we were separated as a nation. That was when everything started going downhill. All right. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou now show us that thou mayest by this? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord your power. Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribe of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with one, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand, man. Right? And the stick whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand,
it says, before their eyes, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, right, whither they had been gone, and will gather them. This is a future prophecy, one every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. Who's that king? Yahushua, Mashiach, right? And they shall be no more two nations, neither they be divided into two kingdoms, right? Anymore at all. Neither shall they defile themselves, right? Because that's when the laws is going to be written in our hearts. Anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of these transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places, right, wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And in the book of Revelation, it talks about that, right? That the Most High we shall dwell with the Most High, man. It says, and David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgment, and observe my statute, and do them. Right? You got to keep in mind, King David did the work of the Most High. When you leave this world, guess what the Most High does? You have if you live righteously and you do the will of the Most High, right? There's ranking to this in the kingdom of heaven. All right, there's ranking. We're all going to have our own ranking places. We're all going to sit in certain levels depending on what we've done on this earth, man. Right? How much work we've put in, how much faith we've had in Yahushua. All that is going to come into all into place, man. Right? So this is why we have to constantly keep laboring and do this work, right? And follow the scriptures to the T. This is extremely important in this walk, right? But let's keep going. It says, and observe my statutes and do them, and they shall dwell in the land that I have made unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, right? It says, they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, right? It says, children forever. My servant David shall be their prince forever. You see that? King David is going to have a high ranking level in the kingdom. But Yahushua is going to be the main one ruling over us, right? Then you're going to have the 144K, the governing body under Yahushua, right? As the Most High being our power, man. Right? Let's go to Psalms 22 and 27 and 30. All the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord, and all the kindred of the nations shall worship before thee. For the kingdom is the Lord's, right? Not anybody else, not Satan, like Satan tried to tempt Yahushua, right? Telling him he's going to give him everything when Yahushua was the creator of all things. It said, and he is the governor among the nations. The governor, right? He's the governor of all the nations. All right? This is simple, people. Very, very simple. It's not that complicated, man. All right? Yahushua is going to be the governor. He's going to be governing us as a nation of people, man. Right? But let's get into that. Let's prove that. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. The government shall be upon his shoulder. That's a direct precept to Psalms 22:27. In the book of Psalms is filled with Yahushua, man. Right? Well, people don't have the ear and the eye to understand this. And why? Because the Most High blind them to it, man. All right? So that's what this is talking about. This is a precept to Psalms that we just read in the book of Psalms chapter 22 and 27. All right? This is Isaiah. I'm going to read it again. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, right? The Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace, man. Right? That's what that's getting into. But let's keep reading Psalms. Psalms chapter 22 and verse 27. And it reads, all the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord, and all the kingdoms of the nations shall worship before thee. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor amongst the nation. All they that be fat upon the earth shall eat and worship. All they that go down to the dust shall bow before him, and none keep alive his own soul. A seed shall serve him. It shall be accounted to the Lord for a generation. Right? Let's keep going. Psalms chapter 110 and 3. You got to keep in mind, we're going to reign together. All right? It's not going to be an all black, so-called black, nation, man. Right? We all mixed people. Right? And a lot of that is because of the curses. Right? We got sent into other nation. Our people mingled with other nation, and it changed our complexion, man. Right? But that doesn't mean we're not the same people. Right? And you can tell by the spirit, man. Yes, a lot of our people are lost. Our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters are lost out here, right? Caught up in all kinds of folly. But guess what? So is the Southern Kingdom. All right? That doesn't negate the fact that the scripture says what it says about them. It doesn't negate the fact that we are still the same people. This is Psalms chapter 110 and verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast dew of thy earth, man, of thy youth, Salakia. Right? The Most High still loves us, man. And he's still here stretching his arms for us. Right? Let's go to Jeremiah 3 and 18. In those days, that it says, in those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north. Right? That's what we read earlier. Right? To the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. But I said, how shall I put thee among the children, and give thee a pleasant land, a goodly heritage of hosts of nations? And I said, thou call me my father, and shall not turn away from me. Right? In the book of Psalms, it talks about, ask me about of the heathens, man, I shall give them unto you, man. Right? But let's keep going. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 30 and 3. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord. I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, Salakia, and they shall possess it, man. All right? Let's keep going. It's all over the book of Ezekiel, Jeremiah, right? You could read tons and tons of scriptures. It's all over the place, man. All right? So when you hear people say that we're not the same people, that's nothing, man. That's a lie. Let's go to Ezekiel 16 and 60. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with thee in the days of thy youth, and I will establish unto thee an everlasting covenant. Right? It says, then thou shalt remember thy ways and be ashamed. That's exactly what's happening to us today. When thou shalt receive thy sisters, thine elders and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters. It says, but not by the covenant, and I will establish my covenant with thee. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, that thou mayest remember and be confounded, and never open thy mouth any more because of thy shame. Right? Then I am pacified towards thee for all that thou hast done, said the Lord Yahweh. All right? This is simple, man. Let's go to Hosea chapter 2 and verse 23. And the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and the oil. And it says, and they shall hear Jezreel. Right? The day when the Most High is going to reap everything that he has sown on this earth, man. Right? This is the day of the Lord, man. Right? Let's actually see if we can go just a little bit on a different angle. Let me see here. Let's actually get into some of this, the prophecy itself of Yahushua. All right, let's go to Revelations chapter 14 and 19. This is part of the Most High ripping, all right, what he has sown on this earth, man. Right? Righteousness, right? Whether it's the righteous seed coming out of this earth, or whether it's destroying the wicked. Right? Revelation chapter 14 and verse 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress. Right? The wrath of Yahweh. Right? But you got to keep in mind, the Most High is going to be doing the ripping, man. Right? That's what that's getting into when the angel starts in the sickle, man. to separate and sift out the goats from the sheep, man. Right? So you better be lucky and praising the Most High that you're from an Israelite seed, man. Because guess what? The Most High will destroy you, especially if you get some of these nations that are just straight wicked, man. Right? You got another some of these damn wicked nations trying to rule our people in wickedness. Right? But let's keep going. We're going to keep getting the scripture. This scripture is really just elaborate. I don't want to go off course because I'm very big on doing that. I want to try to stay on course. But let's keep going. Hosea chapter 2 and 22. And the earth shall hear the corn and the wine, right? And the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel, right? Which we know is the day of the Almighty, man, to reap what he has sown on this earth, right? The full circle coming back to the original plan. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy. And I will say to them which were not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my power. Right? That's what's going to happen in the kingdom to come. Right? That's what that's getting into. Micah chapter 2 and 12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel that is scattered around this world, man. We're all over the place. But the Most High is going to bring us back together. I will put them together as the sheep Bozrah, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. Right? What's that getting into? Rejoicing, man. Right? We're going to be happy because salvation is here. We're not going to be weeping, going through pain, crying, suffering. Right? All that is going to be done and over with. It says the breaker is come up before them. They have broken up and have passed through the gates and are gone out by it. And their king shall pass before them, and the Lord on the head of them, man. Right? Let's go to Zechariah 10 and 6. It says, and I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, northern kingdom, and I will bring them again to the place, right? For I have mercy upon them. Right? This is all prophecies all over the scriptures, just talking about how the Most High is going to bring us back together as a nation. Right? It says upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. So it should be as though this never even happened. Right? Like none of this ever happened. For I am the Lord their power, and will hear them. And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man, and their heart shall rejoice as through wine. Yea, their children shall see it. Right? And be glad, their heart shall rejoice in the Lord. I will hiss for him and gather him. I will have redeemed them, and they shall increase. Right? We know that through the prophecies in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to increase, man. Right? As a nation of people, as they have increased. And I will sow. You hear that word? I will sow them among the people, and they shall remember me in far countries, and they shall live with their children and turn again, man. Right? Part of the curses was that we will not enjoy the fruits of our labor, man. Right? Your children can be your fruits too, man. Right? One of the curses was we were not going to enjoy that. We were going to go into captivity. Our forefathers were going to go into captivity. Our foremothers were going to go into captivity, man. Right? Let's read Romans 11 and 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, right? What shall the receiving of them be? Right? But life from dead, man. Right? Life from the dead. All right? Romans chapter 11 and 25. For I would not, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest he should be wise in your own conceit. Right? That blindness in part, right, is happened to Israel. Right? That's happened to us as a nation of people. Unto the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. All right. So basically all the prophecies has to come to pass. Right? All the elect have to be sealed through the Spirit, man. And so all Israel shall be saved. We are still going to be saved. All of Israel, the northern and the southern kingdom, as it is written, they shall come out of Zion the deliverer. We know who that is. And it says, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. Right? Through Yahushua we get mercy, man. All right? I just wanted to bring that out real quick. Just a few scriptures. I skipped a couple of other scriptures I was going to bring out, because again, I don't like making these videos too long. All right? So listen, Israel, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, we need to come together as one nation. All right. So if you're black, Hispanic, so-called Native American, right? All right. From the islands, certain parts of the islands, you are the children of the Most High Yahweh, your power, man. Come together as one nation. All over the scriptures. Listen, I skipped so many scriptures that brought out prophecies about us as a nation of people, as us coming together. All right. Stop this separation, man. All right. Yeah, we might not get along with everybody, but guess what? As long as we know, hey, that's my brother, I love my brother, or that's my sister, I love my sister. Yeah, I got to stay away for a little while. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But just don't have any hate in your heart for your brother, man. All right. Listen, man, we're all one people, the same people, man. Same blood run through our vein. All right. The spirit bear witness. When we get together, I mean, we got everything on lock. You know what I'm saying? We got every single thing on lock, whether it's music, sports, anything, food, right? We're the greatest nation on the earth, man. All these other nations want to be just like us. But all praises to the Most High, our power, for giving us the spirit that we have in us, right? For choosing us as his chosen nation, according to Deuteronomy 7:6. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Double honors to the elders, man, that are doing this in righteousness, that are great men. All right. Not doing this for lucrative gain, but for the love of the nation Israel, man. All right. It's your brother Arie. On to the next one. Shalom.